Match number 51, and it's the Gujarat Titans who are comfortably in the top half of the points table, while the other, who went for a vacation at Maldives and coming back, Sunrisers Hyderabad, led by Pat Cummins, the only overseas skipper. Now we are slowly heading towards the teams getting eliminated from the tournament. Yorko. We had Chennai Super Kings who got eliminated yesterday. Are your thoughts on, is it going to be Sunrisers Hyderabad who is the next, or is it going to be tonight as we are speaking, Rajasthan Royals?
Well, perhaps Rajasthan have a greater chance to get eliminated earlier because they face up against Mumbai, and Mumbai, with the kind of form they are in, it's a pretty hard team to beat. And also, Rajasthan have had their set of loopholes. I mean, certainly Vaibhav and the kind of innings he played might have made people forget a bit of it. But if you sum up the season in total, they certainly have had their struggles, and they need to pull their socks up, if not now, but for the next
Correct.
season. And this is the worst time to face a team like Mumbai because you know that you're at the brink of elimination, and Mumbai could just be the team that put the last nail in the coffin. So perhaps Rajasthan have a greater chance to go home right now. SRH are too good a team to be knocked out just yet. If they play some good cricket, they
Correct.
can get a few results in their way. So maybe time will tell.
Absolutely. This is the beauty of the IPL. This is the beauty of the points table so far, focusing on GT versus SRH. Gujarat Titans at one point were at the top of the points table. They did not play games for at least 4 to 5 days now. The points table has completely changed. They slipped down to number 4 with RCB at the top. Punjab out of nowhere have joined it because I think that odd point at Kolkata will definitely help them. Mumbai Indians is there. Delhi Capital slipped down to 5th. I think I am very fearing towards Delhi Capital getting eliminated from the top 4, to be honest. But your thoughts? GT wins, they once again climb up to the top of the table. Is it that you're looking forward to? Or are you hoping that good Sunrise Hyderabad in the previous game found some rhythm? Can they continue to build that because the top 3 yet to fire?
Well, I think Sunrisers have the capacity to peak at the right time, and they got a much needed break. Sometimes, you know, taking a break from a particular activity does bring the best out of you, feel a bit more refreshed. So I think this break could help Sunrisers. And you see people like Travis said, you know, his familiarity with Ahmedabad, when he comes there, if he finds his rhythm and mojo, then you know the difficulties that could arise for Gujarat. And Gujarat does have a bunch of players against whom Siraj has a good score. I mean, he's been in good touch against Siraj in international cricket in the past. So certainly not a stranger to the stadium or to the bowlers of Gujarat. So if SRH have a great day with the bat and you know supplemented well with the ball, then certainly they are a hard team to beat.
Absolutely, they are definitely a hard team to beat. You said Travis said at the Narendra Modi Stadium. Similarly, Gujarat playing really good cricket. Sunrisers, on the other hand, have found the puzzle of having a good combination. How much do you look into that combination now in paper, adding somebody like Kamin Dumentis into the side?
Well, definitely. I mean, what an asset to have, you know, someone who can bowl with both arms and a gun fielder and a very, very accomplished batsman. I mean, he's someone who has done well in all formats for Sri Lanka and he has shown his temperament. I think more than his batting, it was the temperament that he showed in a tough run chase against CSK because there, if he would have gotten out, Nitish Reddy was also playing pretty well as a finisher. He was,
Correct.
you know, demoted in the middle order, you know, at number 7 he came.
And if
So
I'm
I
not
think
mistaken,
some
I'm sorry to interrupt. Is Nitish Kumar Reddy the only player who did not go for the vacation?
No, he didn't. I mean, because I live in Vizag, I've seen you know clips of him practicing in you know the grounds beside the international stadium. He was you know toiling it hard and sweating it out. You know, hone his skills and technique and get back to form. So that sums up his dedication, his grit, and determination to you know get back to the level he belongs to. He's certainly more than a one season wonder. I strongly believe that he's a proper Indian cricket team prospect. So hoping that the runs come out from him, and if they come at this particular time, it would be very handy for the Sunrisers Hyderabad. So I think it will be a crucial contest, but more importantly for the SRH.
Absolutely. But you said about coming to Mendes an asset to have in the side. Is his catch versus CSK one of the best so far this season? Or do you have contenders like Phil Salt, he took at the Wankhede Stadium, that combination catch? Or yesterday was it Deval Brevis? Who leads the
Well,
pack?
definitely there are a few. Yeah, there are pretty few contenders. Even the catch which Chamira took, you know, of Anukul Roy,
Oh, yes.
Delhi Capitals vs KKR, that was a stunning catch as well. So we have to see what the polls would say. But certainly, all 3 or 4 catches that we have talked about are you know strong contenders to get the award.
Absolutely. Strong contenders. You do not say anything in terms of your choices, but all of them are strong contenders. Let's take a look into now the results of both the teams, starting with the Gujarat Titans and how many games do they have in the competition. So Gujarat Titans now have 5 games left in their sleeves, and if you look into them, they're facing Sunrise Hyderabad now, Mumbai Indians, Gujarat, Delhi Capitals, Lucknow, and then they have Chennai Super Kings. Not easy games, apart from the last 2. But if by the time now Chennai have been eliminated, by the time we move on to the penultimate game of the season for GT, we might see Lucknow also getting eliminated. So it's all, you can say, somewhat final for Gujarat Titans because they need to get at least 2 wins to be in the top 2 or top 4.
Definitely. I mean, Gujarat certainly are sorted, and they know that if they take one game at a time, it would be enough for them to see through the qualification race. So certainly they have a bunch of challenging teams to face. Maybe apart from CSK, I would consider all the opponents to be pretty difficult to get past. Even Lucknow is an
Correct.
unpredictable team. If they also have gotten results against some top teams in the recent past. Maybe they are not reflecting that on the points table because of a few losses, but they are certainly a very unpredictable team, and those are the kind of teams you would not want to face at the business end of the tournament. So we never know what
Absolutely. But
happens
at this
next.
moment, they are in a comfortable position, but they have
Absolutely.
lost a few games. Can you say which game will hurt them most if you by the barrister margin if they miss out on the playoffs? Is it going to be the Vaibhav Suryavanshi carnage at Jaipur, or do you think it was the beginning of the season where Vijay Kumar Vishak bowled the wide Yorkers to stop Sherfin Rutherford?
Definitely, the first one against Punjab was a big miss for them because they were in a position where they could have won the game, but Rutherford messed it up. It was a middle order muddle. A pretty similar one was seen even between KKL and LSG when they were
Correct.
streaming past the chase, but they somehow fell short by 4 runs in the end because they slowed down at the wrong time. That's what happened with Gujarat as well. So I think that loss might hurt them if at all any loss hurts them. The Weber one, from the ball one of the second innings, they were not in the game. So it was just that the game was taken away from them from the second inning start itself. So that's something that I think was just a bad day, and they can't really expect that they would have turned it around that day. But that game against Punjab might be a game that might hurt them a lot.
Absolutely, that definitely might hurt them because it was at their home. So that might just be another one of the reasons. But talking about their opponents, which is Sunrisers Hyderabad, how many games do they have left now? They need to win each and every game, I must tell you, Orko. They are facing Gujarat, after that Delhi, after that Kolkata, RCB, Lucknow. 2 games at home. But can you say that the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium indeed is a fortress for Orange Army this season?
Well, I mean, 50-50, not really a fortress because they have also been underperforming in the particular home ground as well. They have gone for quite a few runs. The bowling attack is not firing. Harshal is
Correct.
the only bowler who is doing well for them. They tried a bit in Zishan, but Zishan is not coming off well as well. They don't show much faith on Rahul Chahar. Cummins is also here and there. Shami is in the worst form of his life. Ishan Malinga, of course, again a here and there kind of a bowler in terms of form. So they need to get their big guns firing in the bowling department. I mean, no matter how many runs you score, if you can't defend a total or
Yeah.
have a bowling attack that can stop the opposition batting, then in a track like Hyderabad it's of no use. So certainly they need to pull their success up with regard to their bowling, and if that happens, then again they can be the formidable side we expect them to be.
Absolutely, that is 100% true. We can expect the same in terms of what the Sunrise Hyderabad produce, but they will come against a very very powerful side, a very underrated side, the Gujarat Titans. But what about the numbers at the Narendra Modi Stadium? Let's take a look into it this season. Runs have galore, I must tell you. 200 has been breached more than 2 times, rather 3 times so far, after a long time, because after 10 to 12 days, we're returning back at this iconic venue. So, expecting a fresh surface. Your thoughts on what the Gujarat Titans will plan? Will they have a slow surface, slow nature of a surface against the Sunrise Hyderabad?
Well, definitely. I mean, if you look at the Sunrisers Hyderabad batsmen, they love to feed on pace. They like it when the bat hits the ball hard, the ball comes on well to the bat. That's the kind of pitches they would want. If you slow it down a bit, then obviously they can struggle. And they have a bunch of good spinners. Gujarat have Sundar, they have Rashid Khan, they have Sai Kishore, who all have the capability to trouble SRH. And you can even bring someone like Sundar in the start. If you bring him against
Correct, correct.
people like Head or Abhishek or Ishan Kishan in the power play
Oh,
itself,
my
then they
Indians
can
did this
cause.
with Will Jacks.
Absolutely. So certainly those matchups could be handy, and Sundar is no stranger to SRH. He's been with the team for a long time. In the first leg, he played well, a match-winning batting knock as well. So maybe with the ball, he could be crucial in that game as well. So I think that's what Gill would look to do. He's a very street smart captain, and they'll have their plans ready. And maybe the pitch also would be in favor of a slower nature.
Absolutely, it could be the case. But can you just talk about one thing before I move on to the strategic timeout section? This is a thing which baffles me a lot. I must tell you, why can't left-arm bowlers bowl to left-hand batters?
Well, it's very surprising. I mean, people look at it as if left-arm bowlers have never bowled to left-hand batters in their lifetime, and that's not true. All of them have done that at some point of time. I know matchups may favor something else, but there's no rule that they can't bowl. I mean, you're seeing countless examples where left-armers are getting wickets. Aksar that day got Padikkal and Bethel in no time. Then in the first over in the power play, Anukul got rid of Abhishek Porel in spite of being a left-armer. And such kind of examples certainly make me happy that matchups are not always everything. They are something, but they're not always everything. and it's a good sign of fresh air that there are good bowlers who can bowl, be it a left-hander or
Exactly.
right-hander
Saigishwar
in
has
any
such a nice
situation.
variation. He bowls the carom ball nowadays, taking the ball away from the left-hander. He can do that. Even yesterday, two spinners bowling to each other. Harpreet Brar dismissed Ravindra Jadeja yesterday. So that's something very surprising. But I think the captains need to use their bowlers rightly. And that's what Gujarat Titans didn't do it in Jaipur. After the 100 of Webb of Suryavanshi, he introduced Sai Kishore when the game was already done and dusted, to be honest. But that's all we have. Moving on to the strategic timeout section now, putting you into the hot seat, Orko. Your time starts now. Shubman Gill or Sai Sudarshan, both the openers for the Gujarat Titans. Who do you think will score more runs tomorrow?
Well, I think Sai Sudarshan because he's very bankable. He's someone who plays a little more conservative than Gill. Gill might play the odd rash shot and get out early. Maybe I may be wrong as well, but I think Sudarshan has a greater chance to score more runs.
Okay, next one is Henrik Klassen or Josh Butler. Which wicket-keeper batter do you think will hit more sixes?
Well, I think Josh because Josh plays up the order, so perhaps looking at current form, I would rate Josh Butler a little higher.
Okay, Kamindu Mendis or Washington Sundar. Which all-rounder will have a bigger impact?
I think Sundar would have a big impact. Even if you look at the first fixture, Sundar was the one who was crucial in the game.
Yep.
So with bat and ball, I think Sundar would be a very crucial player in the mix.
Okay, final one. Mohammad Shami or Prasidh Krishna. Who takes more wickets?
Again, form. So certainly Prasid and Ahmedabad, a deadly combination. So I rate Prasid a little higher than Shami at the moment.
Okay, form is important according to Orko. He's going with form, current form is what he says. So he's given us 4 answers. We'll see at the end of the day how many do you get correct. Moving on to the players to watch out for. Here are my picks. For the Gujarat Titans, I've gone with Shubman Gill, Josh Butler, and Mohammad Siraj. For the Sunrise Hyderabad, I'm going with Travis Head, Henrik Klassen, and Pat Cummins. Orko, any different names from your end?
Well, certainly not. I think these are the names that will be, crucial for the chances of each other's side. Josh Butler, Shubman Gill, again, a top three, which they famously boast about, will be deciding even in this particular game as to how the outcome comes. And they're bowling again, as you said. Siraj has a great chance to strike early. Sunrisers have had their problems with the power play. They have been losing wickets in heaps, in the power play these
Correct.
days. So I think Siraj would be crucial. And if they don't lose wickets, I think Sunrisers would run away with the game given the kind of batting they have. So I think Siraj plus both of them would be very crucial in the power play. If they introduce someone like Sundar also in the power play, that would also be crucial for Gujarat's chances. And SRH, as usual in Ahmedabad, you can't think of any discussion without Travis Head. So he'll be an important player. Klassen, again, he's one of those rare shining stars in the playing team. And Cummins, again, in this track in Ahmedabad, very used to it, has some great memories. He certainly would look to bring his A game in this crucial fixture.
Absolutely. You've nailed everything. You've said you're going with the same one, a little bit here and there in terms of the players to watch out for. Battles coming up, 3 mouth-watering battles I've gone for. Let's take a look into that. Mohammad Shami versus Shubman Gill is my battle number 1. Sai Kishore versus Henrik Klassen is my battle number 2. And Prasidh Krishna versus Ishan Kishan is my battle number 3. Am I missing out on somebody like a Siraj versus Travis Head?
Well, Siraj versus Head, obviously a very interesting battle because you've seen that in the Border Gavaskar Trophy as well. You've seen that in the World Cup final as well. So I think they are two players who are very familiar with each other and also crucial for each other's chances because Head would look to dominate the bowling. Siraj would look to knock over the top three of SRH early so that they don't get off to a good start. So that will be crucial. I think that will be the battle I'll be very excited for. Even Siraj versus Gill would be a crucial battle because Siraj versus Abhishek Sharma, I beg your pardon. Siraj versus Abhishek Sharma would be a very crucial battle because Abhishek, again, a similar profile like Head who likes to go after the bowling. I think these are the battles that would be important for their team's chances.
Absolutely. It will be wonderful battles, and you've given your thoughts about a little bit more into your choices as well. Predicted playing 11 time now, starting with the Gujarat Titans. Here is a look. I'm going with an unchanged 11. It looked good in the previous game. They gave debut to another Afghanistan player, Karim Jannat. As of now, I have him in my impact sub. Your thoughts on how has been the veteran Ishan Sharma this season?
Well, of course, you can't expect too much from him as a bowler as of now because he's certainly past his prime. If available, I would perhaps look at Gerald Kodzia because if he's fit, I think Gujarat should look at him. He adds batting value as well. He adds good fast bowling. He can be absolutely the kind of third seamer they would need. He would perhaps have a little more impact than Ishan Sharma, and also he's a foreign quota provider. So certainly you won't really need Karim Jannat that much. So I think Kodzia over any Karim Jannat or Ishan Sharma would be a very good addition for the side if he's fit.
Absolutely. He was not fit in the previous game. He had a nickel. That's the reason why probably they went with the Karim Jannat. If he's fit, I think that's a no-brainer. If you want an overseas all-rounder, bowling all-rounder to come, Gerald Kodzi should be your man. Okay, fair enough. Let's take a look. The Sunrise is playing 11 as well. And let's take a look into that. The previous game, they comfortably defeated Chennai Super Kings at Chepauk. So why change something that is not broken? Same 11, having come into Mendes into the side.
Yeah, I think they will stick with the same 11. I mean, Cummins has shown a lot of faith on Kamindu, a lot of faith on Zishan as well. If I was Cummins, perhaps I would have thought of thinking of using someone like Rahul Chahal because he's a bit more experienced, a better leg spinner, and Zishan has been off color in my opinion. Not much of a
He
variety
bowls
that
a
I've
little bit
seen in him.
quicker.
Yeah, I mean that inexperience is showing, and certainly with greater practice, I think he'll get there. But because now the crucial games are coming up, I think he would like to add a bit more experience flavor into it. And I think Rahul Chahar would be the one I would include ahead of Azishan Ansari. Other than that, I think the team would largely stay the same.
Absolutely. You talk about leg spinners. I need to go back to tomorrow. Talk about the best. One other hat trick to his name.
Well, no, nothing changes for Chahal. I mean, perhaps the greatest bowler of the IPL. As of now, certainly the record says so. He's got maybe the most number of wickets as well. And now not one but two hat tricks. I mean, this is not rocket science anymore. There's something in Chahal which becomes a game changer aspect about him. You think about batters who do that, but in a batter's game, take 4 or 5 wickets in a span of 1 or 2 overs is something which Chahal is doing pretty regularly. He's already done it twice, one against KKR and now against CSK. So certainly you can't write out a legend like him at any point of time. And this is not new for him.
Absolutely, it's not new. What a spell it was yesterday. That over changed the complexion of the game pretty much. That's all we have. Time for predictions. Time now putting Orko into the hot seat. Predictions time, match number 51. Very important game for both the sides. GT wins, they moves to the top of the points table. If Sunrise Hyderabad wins, they stay alive. If they lose, I think more or less eliminated from the IPL 2025. Your percentage for this game?
Well, I'll take a very unpopular move. I still believe that a team led by Cummins, a team which has Travis Head in it, a team which has a bunch of fighting Australians in it in Ahmedabad, I think I would rate SRH a little higher than Gujarat in terms of winning this game because I'm taking an unpopular route this time around, not a safe approach, which I usually do. Even though I know Gujarat are playing at home, even though I know they're at better form, I think they do have a chance of faltering. It might be due to complacence or something. And with a team like SRH, they can bring their A game, and if they do so, they can rattle any opposition. So I feel this is the game which could kickstart a comeback for SRH. So maybe 51-49 in favor of SRH for me.
That's interesting. Going for the visitors, it says the season for the Sunrise Hyderabad is not done and dusted. Yes, he says 51-49 for the Orange Army at the Narendra Modi Stadium. Thank you so much, Orko. Thank you to all the viewers for watching this video. It's GT versus SRH tomorrow. Another cracking contest as we head towards the business end of the tournament. Don't forget to subscribe to Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon as well. Thank you so much and bye-bye.